trying to be of assistance. We intend to fully prosecute this case and look forward to working with the Hoover Police Department moving forward.
Wow, what an ending to all of this, to think that we all thought this one was missing. Let's bring in Susan Filan. She is a trial attorney and former prosecutor for the state of Connecticut. Thank you for being with us, Susan. My first question for you is, I think people were upset that it was just 2 misdemeanors. They wanted like serious charges. Is this really all that they could do? Is this all the law would allow?
Yeah, that's all the law that's on the books at this time, although I understand law enforcement is seeking with the legislator to look for enhanced criminal statutes in the future. But right now, this is all there is. And traditionally, false reporting was for if you lied about your car being stolen because you were doing an insurance hoax. They weren't traditionally connected to very, very serious crimes like this one. Kidnapping is about as serious as you can get. So I understand law enforcement is very frustrated, but as it stands now, this is all there is to charge her with.
And look, I mean, when I saw the mugshot of her smiling, like I couldn't help but feel angry having covered the case and just knowing all the resources that went into it. But like, and maybe some people will think I'm crazy, but this is just my nature. But there is also a part of me that like just feels sort of bad for her. Like, I don't know what was going on in her life or what is going on in her life to have caused her to do this. I don't know if that's something that police would take into account, but do you know what I mean, Susan?
I do. It's a very confusing case because first you hear that she's been kidnapped and your heart goes out and you're reading the news to see if there's any updates on her. Then you read the interviews of her kind of don't match up and there's no way to corroborate or verify anything she says. Then her story very rapidly falls apart and then she admits that she made the whole things up. Of course you're angry, like your emotions got riled up over this and your concern and law enforcement, the hours and the work that they put in. But to do something like this, something's got to be wrong with her. And so that's where the sympathy kind of attaches. And before, we condemn her, you sort of have to understand more about what's going on with her. I'm pretty sure she's going to have some kind of a mental illness defense.
Yeah, and the parents too. I mean, they were on the Today Show and they were doing a lot of media, and I just can't imagine like what they're feeling like right now. I mean, what an embarrassment for the family. What about the money though? I mean, all of this cost a lot of money. I mean, you can see on the screen right now all the people that were out there searching. I mean, this was like a massive nationwide effort. The FBI was involved, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Do you think that they could go after her for that?
I think they could. That could be part of her criminal penalty. I mean, I think finding her guilty isn't going to be difficult. She's admitted to it. But what's the punishment? Is it imprisonment? Is it the fine? Is it probation with community service or restitution for the out-of-pocket money? But again, the chances of her having money for the state to recover are probably pretty low. There may, in addition, be a civil case against her, but you can't get blood from a stone. If she doesn't have it, she doesn't have it. We don't have debtors' prisons in this country.
But I thought this was so interesting. When they had the press conference today, Susan, they had the attorney general there, the state attorney general, at that press conference. And I was just thinking, like, gosh, when has this probably ever happened for 2 misdemeanors? I'm sure her lawyer and her family must be thinking, like, must be nervous right now.
And they should be. I mean, this is 2 misdemeanors, but the crime, not in terms of what's charged, but what she did is very, very, very serious. And a message has to be sent to citizens that you cannot prank law enforcement. You cannot hoax law enforcement. The boy who cried wolf, these police officers and law enforcement officers were pulled off of cases that needed their attention,
right?
Legitimate victims. And so it's very, very, very serious to prank and hoax law enforcement.
Yeah, and a lot of times you won't see someone go to jail for a misdemeanor, but I could see them, trying to make a point in this case and her serving some jail time, don't you think?
They'll argue for it. The chances of her getting it, in my opinion, are very low. She's got no prior criminal history. It wasn't a violent offense. I mean, there's kind of an algorithm for who you imprison, and I don't necessarily see this as a prison case. I think it's going to be a serious case to make an example of, but the punishment may not match the outrage that law enforcement rightly and justifiably feels about how they were used, pranked and hoaxed in this case.
I just hope overall people will still take other missing persons cases seriously. I just hope this doesn't sort of, like you said, the boy who cried wolf sort of feeling about the whole thing.
I wouldn't worry about laying, the whole history of what's going to happen to missing, murdered, and abducted women at her feet. I think she's going to have no impact whatsoever on it. I think this was her own cry for help, cry for attention. I have no idea what's going on with her, but she's going to be made an example so people don't do this, but I don't think it's going to derail any future case.
Yeah, I hope not. That's a good point. Susan, thank you so much for coming on with us tonight. We really appreciate it.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.